4 workers earn a roughly equal $100,000 salary in 4 top different countries. In this video, I will reveal exactly how much of it survives taxes and mandatory contributions. Same career, same age, roughly the same salary, $100,000 a year. One lives in America, one in Germany, one in Britain, one in the Netherlands. On paper, they earn almost identical money. But the amount that actually lands in their bank account, that's a very different story. How much of that $100,000 actually belongs to you? A salary offer says one thing, $100,000? But that number is a promise, not a payment. Before it reaches you, it passes through a chain: gross salary, income tax, mandatory social contributions, and only then, take-home pay. The salary you're offered is only the beginning of the story. What happens next depends entirely on which country signs your paycheck. 2 employees can sign identical $100,000 contracts and walk away with completely different lives. Not because one negotiated better, but because of where the paperwork was filed. America is famous for big salaries. But how much of that number actually survives the trip from your employer to your bank account? For 2026, a single filer earning $100,000 takes a $16,100 standard deduction, leaving about $83,900 taxable. Run through the federal brackets, 10, 12, then 22%, and the bill comes to roughly $13,170 in federal income tax. Then come payroll taxes, 6.2% for Social Security, 1.45% for Medicare, 7.65% combined, about $7,650. Add it up, and federal taxes alone take just over $20,800. But here's the twist. That's not the full American story. State income tax can add nothing in Texas or Florida, or a serious bite in states like California or New York. So for our baseline worker in a no-income tax state, take-home lands around $79,000. In a high-tax state, it's noticeably less, a big salary. A smaller number reaching your account than the headline suggests, and that $79,000 figure still has one more silent passenger: healthcare. Unlike the other 3 countries in this story, American payroll taxes don't fund a national health system. That bill shows up later, separately. Keep that in mind. We will come back to it. Now across the Atlantic, the paycheck starts telling a very different story. Our $100,000 salary converts to roughly 87,000 euros. In Germany's 2026 system, the first 12,348 euros is tax-free. Above that, rates climb smoothly toward 42%, which kicks in above 69,878 euros. Add mandatory social insurance, pension, health, unemployment, and long-term care, and employees hand over roughly another 1/5 of their gross salary. Combined, income tax and social contributions take close to 42% of the salary. Take-home lands around 50,000 euros, noticeably less than half the original number stays in your pocket. Roughly $58,000. But is a smaller paycheck automatically a worse deal? Those contributions fund public health care, a state pension, and unemployment protection. Costs many workers elsewhere pay separately, out of what's left of their paycheck. The German workers' health care bill is already handled before the money even arrives. Britain adds a different twist entirely in 2026/27. The first £12,570 is tax-free. Above that, 20% up to £50,270. Then 40% on the rest of our workers' roughly £74,000 salary. National insurance adds 8% between those thresholds, then just 2% above. Run the numbers, and income tax takes about £17,000. National insurance adds roughly £3,500. Take home, around £53,500, about $72,000. Meaning the tax rate you hear quoted, 40%, is never the percentage of your whole salary that disappears. It only touches the slice above the threshold. The rest is still taxed at the lower bands underneath it. And one country is about to make this comparison even more interesting. The Netherlands runs on something called Box 1, a system where income tax and national insurance are fused into one number. For 2026, the same 87,000 euros salary is taxed at 35.75% up to 38,883 euros, 37.56% up to 78,426 euros, and 49.5% above that. Before any tax credits, that's roughly 33,000 euros gone. Nearly 38% of the salary. Income-based tax credits bring the real bill down somewhat. Landing take-home pay in the mid-50,000s of euros, call it $64,000. So why would anyone willingly work somewhere so much of their salary goes to tax? Because that headline rate already bundles in state pension contributions and long-term care insurance, costs that show up as separate line items elsewhere. This is the moment take-home stops being the whole answer. What you keep and what you receive are two different questions. Now I will simply explain the difference. Same rough $100,000 salary, take-home pay only. United States, around $79,000, kept. United Kingdom, around $72,000. Netherlands, around $64,000. Germany, around $58,000. America wins by a wide margin, but this is where the simple comparison breaks down. Highest take-home does not automatically mean the richest life. Healthcare costs, housing, insurance, childcare, and retirement savings still have to come out of what's left, and those costs differ wildly by country. The real question was never how much the government takes. It's what your entire financial life looks like after the money leaves your paycheck. Income minus taxes, minus mandatory costs, minus everyday living expenses, that's what actually determines your real wealth. Remember that silent passenger from the American paycheck? Here it is. According to KFF's Employer Health Benefits Survey, the average American worker with single coverage contributes roughly $1,440 a year out of pocket just for their share of health insurance premiums, on top of a total premium cost north of $9,000, mostly covered by the employer. But still, a cost baked into the system. It's not a tax. It doesn't show up in any of the numbers we calculated earlier, but it comes out of that $79,000 all the same. That's the reshaping moment. A worker with a smaller take-home but tax-funded healthcare and a guaranteed pension may end the year with more security than a worker who kept more cash but pays for pieces of that safety net separately, line by line. Lower taxes doesn't automatically mean you're better off. It often just means you're carrying more of the bill yourself and choosing when to pay it. That's all from my side in this video. If you want to learn more, subscribe to Think Money. Thank you.